Best Irish music on irishradio.org with Jerry Byrne.
I'm Jerry Byrne. It's Irish Radio now. Since the start of lockdown, but speaking to many of the great and the good in entertainment. I've got a young gentleman. In 2017, he released an EP which was titled The Blame under his own name, Emmet McGonagle. Now, he's gained radio play and all the rest of it. And he's back in action now once again with an original song. And I'm delighted to say hello to Emmet. Emmet McGonagle, how are you?
Hey, yeah, I'm glad, thank you. How are you?
Not bad at all, not bad. Emmet,
I'm glad to hear it.
You've released this song. It's an Irish folk song, and you're releasing it under the Emet, E-M-E-T.
Yeah.
Right. And tell me this: the song's an interesting one. It's about the closure of a hairdresser's.
Yeah, it is indeed. It's the hairdresser next to my family home in Limavady, County Derry, and it was open for 12 years. It never really closed its doors by the weekend, and the pandemic came, and all of a sudden, JJ Johnston, which is the name of the song, JJ Johnston had to close his doors. So he got in touch with my mother, and he said, "I'm very, very sad about having to close my doors. Can you ask your son to write me a song?" I hadn't written a song in years at this point, but I figured it was a good challenge. You know, the COVID had hit, everyone was in their houses, and I'd penned the track and sent over a rough version in about 2 hours.
Wow.
Mostly because I thought it would be funny. I thought it was the funniest thing to do at the time was to, be able to reply quite quickly. So I didn't think too much about what I was writing, and it very quickly became something that I was thinking quite a lot about, and I just got back into music that way, and I haven't stopped since.
Right. Well done. Fair play to you. That's I'll have to say it's something that it's probably the kind of the last sort of thing that you would ever think that somebody could write a song about.
Well, I think that was the fun of it, to be honest. I think before I took myself quite seriously in terms of my music, and that started to annoy me because I think I was just a bit young. And now I've kind of realised that the best thing to do is to be a wee bit off-kilter, be a bit quirky, and think about things in a way that isn't as serious. I mean, I love Leonard Cohen and the likes, but if I have to spend my life the way Leonard Cohen spent his life, I'll go mad. So a hair song seemed like the best way to start things off.
Right, well done. Now, you've also, I mean, you're multi-talented. You've also completed a master's degree in magazine journalism. I have indeed,
from Cardiff University.
Right, that was in 2018. Well done. That's cracky stuff. And you're actually able to you're able to do your work in the journalism as well as do the music.
I am indeed. It's a bit of a workplace scenario. I get my work done, and in the space I have at lunchtime, or even just an hour after work, I sit and work things out in the guitar. It's something I think about quite a lot. Anyway, I'm obsessed with music. So I'll wake up, I'll brush my teeth to a particular song, whatever it is that day, and then I guess it kind of works in the background while I'm doing my work, and then I can double back to it at the end of the day, and it doesn't really feel like I've had to switch off from either thing that much.
Right.
Which is a really good scenario to be in.
Indeed it is. Now, you've some of your work that you've done has been published in OK Magazine and also the Daily Star newspaper.
Yeah.
Well done on it.
Oh, thank you.
Well
that was back at the start of my career a few years back, working from Monument in London, working very long, very strange shifts. It was an odd time looking back, but it's quite fun to say I was able to write for those titles now.
Right, excellent stuff. Now, you before this, now initially before you went to university, you did some you did gigs playing in the likes of the pubs and clubs and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's actually how I saved to get to my master's degree. So I would do just the generic pub gigs, or I'd play Ed Sheeran for an hour and a half or something like that. And I kept all the money in this wee box, and just lots and lots of 20 quids. And eventually was able to travel over to Wales. And yeah, I think the second time I went to Wales was to live there, and I had all my stuff with me. So it was odd, but the music's always been a propelling force for me in terms of my career as well. So it's been nice for that to go hand in hand. I do miss the gigs. In all fairness, it's a shame about the COVID now.
Indeed it is. It's the one thing that it's one industry, the performing arts, which has really been hammered with COVID, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is such a nightmare, and it's really hard to see as well. So many people have brought out great music, and they don't really know where to go with it. It's all going online, which is great in terms of being able to put out content still, but it's a shame that performing element is kind of had to take a more intimate approach.
Yes, indeed. But the one thing is, we're very fortunate in that that we're because of the technology and all the online things that are happening. People are able to get the music out. People are able to communicate better. And I think with the sheer fact of technology and the internet and all that, people are able to get the music out to a huge audience worldwide.
Yeah, they really are, and it's made for an interesting dichotomy as well. If technology's made its way into music in such an interesting way. I feel like very soon we're going to have lots and lots of songs about the coronavirus, and we're going to have lots and lots of songs about the way that people have been able to interact digitally and the prominence of Zoom and stuff like that. It should be very cool now, but yeah, it's good to see people being innovative with how they can put out their music and engage with an audience.
Indeed it is, and it's superb. And things which have happened, which have been absolutely huge, is for example, people doing live shows on Facebook and doing as they call it, Facebook Live. Some people going various things through YouTube and all the rest of it, and it's fabulous to see what's actually happening.
Yeah, no, it is indeed. It's good to see that people haven't been too disheartened by everything that's going on. It would be very easy to sit there and do nothing. And I'm sure a lot of people, the same as I have felt the urge to sit and do nothing for a wee while, but the COVID's kind of lasted a lot longer than a lot of people have expected as well. I think it kind of reached a precipice where people knew that you couldn't be idle, and I think that's where a lot of people have decided to go out and do something creative, or they've started doing the thing that they always wanted to do, or they're working on side projects or hobbies, or they're starting to run. And it's good to see now. It's good to see that good things can come from a bad situation.
Indeed it is. It's while people are not able to, and people are having all sorts of problems. Actually, as regards the live shows, but they are actually able to. They're able to get the music out like online and out in a different way.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's really good to see. I've seen some really great shows off the back of it. Just people in their houses, or in a lot of cases, you'll have bands that are doing remote gigs, and they're all in different rooms and different houses, different counties. It's mad what you can do, and it's mad how well something can be put together when people are miles and miles apart.
Indeed it is. And the one phenomenal thing that's actually come out of it all was that people actually were recording. They were doing recordings remotely, through Zoom or however, and putting it in then to studios, and it was being mixed in studios and then being released.
Yeah, it's just madness. I mean, to be honest, that element of things is so over my head. It's bewildering to see how well people can do just off the back of their whatever technology they've got at home. I know the 1975 put out music, and the drum part was literally, this is before the pandemic, but the drum part was just a recording on someone's phone. You can really do most things right now just from home, which is quite an intense thought. There's so much power and creativity that's out there. And if you look at TikTok, I mean, the next generation of creatives are going to be so great at video editing, sound editing. It's going to be so easy to put out music in the future.
Indeed, yes. That's one thing that is certainly going to to change the whole dynamic of all of these things. Is going to change, I think, now with the technology.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, there's still something really romantic about being able to, sit in a group and play music and stuff like that. But at the same time, it'd be so easy to, I could play a guitar, or I could get someone in Sweden to play the guitar for me, or I could type it into a software, and the software can play the guitar. There's a lot going on, but I do still really just like the romantic idea of people being able to sit in a room and play their instruments and really connect together that way. So I hope we don't lose that somewhere along the way.
Indeed, yes, indeed. But the interesting thing was, I actually spoke to one particular singer who recorded. All of the musicians that actually played on his recordings were based in Nashville, and they put on all the music, and then it was. I believe it was sent over to Ireland, and then the vocal was put down and was mixed in Ireland. I mean, truly phenomenal.
Oh, it's just madness, man. It is good. I mean, it's a great thing, It's great, and it's good to see things still coming to the Emerald Isle as well, all the way from Nashville. It says a lot about our talent.
It does indeed. It's excellent, absolutely excellent, excellent to see. So you're going to keep on going and doing some more writing.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm hoping to have a song out on the 20th of November, with another music video. And I'm hoping to put out an EP at the start of next year, and I'm hoping to put out an album next year. How much of this is possible, I really don't know, but I'm very optimistic that everything will fall into place. And I won't have to think too much about it, or pull out my hair, or reorganise.
Yes, indeed. So you listen, well done on it all. And Emmet, listen, it's been lovely to chat with you, lovely to catch up with you. And listen, continue.
Thank you so much.
Continue on with the music and everything else. And listen, we'll catch up again shortly. Lovely to speak to you.
All right, definitely. Thank you so much. Honestly, it's been great.